The video that I posted about demons using sexual soul ties against the chosen ones was muted. I obviously know what happened there, so but it's fine. I'm just gonna make the same video, but I'll explain further what I mean by soul ties. So in the book of First Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 15 to 16, it says, "Do you not know that your bodies are members of Christ Himself? Shall I then take the members of Christ and unite them with a prostitute? Never. Do you not know that he who unites himself with a prostitute is one with her in body? For it is said, the two will become one flesh." Okay? So, what the Apostle Paul is describing here is a soul tie. And how do demons use this spiritual principle against the chosen ones? So, if you're sleeping around, right, and you're just sleeping with someone that you're not married to, whether you guys decided that you're going to get married or not is insignificant, because spiritually the principle is that when you sleep with someone, you have a covenant with them. And that is why the Apostle Paul says that if you join yourself to a prostitute, you become a prostitute yourself. So then, let's say you realize the error of your ways. You were fornicating and now you have repented to God. You're not fornicating anymore. You have renewed your mind. However, because you have joined yourself to certain people, you have covenants. So now you have to break those covenants, because even if you are saved and you believe in Jesus, you're trying to live the right life, demons are going to use those covenants against you. So if those people that you were sleeping with are not saved, they are still living in unrepentant sin, willful sin, and whatever, spiritually, because you slept with those people and you did not break those soul ties, you are complicit. You are in agreement. It's as if you are also committing that sin. So that's what they use. And that is why sometimes when you're in spiritual warfare, you don't understand why it's not ending, because they have a legal right. So that is why you have to break those soul ties when you get saved as a chosen one, because they use these things. As I said, I experienced this like firsthand, where I was going through so much spiritual warfare. The familiar spirits in my bloodline were forcing me to carry certain entities, because those are the things that like some of my family members have attached to me to be able to siphon my energy. They sacrificed me to these entities, so they were sending them to me. But as much as I had authority and I was able to cast them out, I needed to understand why they had the right to do this, because if they didn't have the right, they wouldn't continually try to send these spirits to come to me to inhabit me. So I had to do an investigation spiritually to understand. So I cried out to God and I asked him, like, why are these demons harassing me like this? Why are they forcing me to take these entities? And then the Lord gave me a vision of that said person that I once slept with. And as much as I was saved, I wasn't having sex, I wasn't fornicating, I was literally pure. But demons still had a legal right to attack me because of that covenant that I made when I was 18 years old, because I believe I was 18 when I slept with that guy. So that's what it is. That's what they use. And that is why also they will send like spirits of lust against you for you to sleep around. They are basically creating like a demonic network where they are tying you to multiple covenants, that they are able to use whenever they want to divert your destiny, whenever they want to steal from you, whenever they want to use deception in the realm of the spirit, whenever they want to bind you, they use these soul ties. So you have to create a list That's what I did. I created a list and I wrote down people that I fornicated with, and I broke the soul ties, and I mentioned the names of the people one by one. And someone even commented on the previous video, like saying, I wonder how many pages the list was. It wasn't pages, okay? Just relax. But the fact of the matter is, obviously, the reason I needed to be saved was because I was in sin. So I'm not ashamed of that. But yeah, I made this list and I went into fasting, 3 days fasting, um, without food, without water, and I was breaking these soul ties. And I was mentioning these people by name one by one. But there's also, like, I think uh, one person, yeah, that I know that I slept with, but I did not know, I did not remember the name of the person, but I remembered the scenario. I remembered the party that we went to. So I submitted that, and it was acceptable, because in heaven they are able to pull these records to go back to certain um, circumstances and situations to see exactly who you're talking about. So if you do not remember the names, submit something, submit the situation, the circumstance, the year, the day of the party, or the day of whenever that happened. And also, I want to mention that even if you were raped or molested, you still need to mention those people and break soul ties with them. I know that that's a very sensitive issue, but these are spiritual principles, so it's not that I'm trying to trigger anybody, but if somebody sleeps with you, even if they do it forcefully, they create a soul tie with you, so you have to break that soul tie as well. So even if you don't know that person that did that thing, you can mention the situation, and it will be acceptable in the courts. Okay, so I don't know what else I need to mention, because I know a few people ask me questions. Okay, yeah. So I have already sent the prayer that I did to multiple people, and some people have come back to testify that are starting to feel relief, they are starting to feel peace, because you do become oppressed when you have soul ties. Because those people, whatever that they are going through spiritually, you're also going through that same thing yourself. That's why some of you are depressed and you have anxiety. You don't know why. It is because you're carrying things that don't even belong to you. So it's very important for you to break these soul ties when you're on your spiritual journey. And it will also give you relief in your spiritual warfare as well, because it's basically like disarming demons and not giving them ammunition and accusations. Okay, so yeah. So write down that list, guys, of people that you have slept with, that you have fornicated with, any kind of perversion that you have engaged in. And even if it was, without your consent, remember you want your spiritual atmosphere to be cleansed. So as much as it might be triggering, please write those names down and say the prayer. If you need the prayer, inbox me, I will send it to you. Okay, so yeah, break those soul ties, because they are being used against you.